Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is a very sad story. So this kid was getting movie bullied, like really bad. So his friends go or invite him to a party. His friend, three people show up who he hates, or they hate him. They're bullying him, and they've been bullying him for a constant a while now. And then his friend's like, "Oh, relax, nothing's gonna happen." Like, you have people in your life like that. Not maybe who are bullying you, but the second they show up, there's already problems between the two of you, and it's only escalating. And you have those people like, "Oh no, it's fine, relax. Let's all just have fun," and knowing well that you will not have fun with those people. It always happens. That's how these people are. So I'll let him tell you what they did. I have reason to believe that he's under exaggerating what happened, and we'll get to that when we get to it. But this kid, he seems like a pretty cool dude. He's very timid and very shy. And it's no offense to him. He just seems like someone who is an easy target to get bullied. Right now, he in the video, he's wearing an Akatsuki jacket. I love Naruto. I grew up watching Naruto. I still know all the hand signs today. It just is what it is. Some things just stick with you, and sometimes they don't. But that Naruto is something that stuck with me. So like I recognized it immediately. So when we were growing up, if I was his age, we would probably be friends. It just is what it is. Now, if I was his friend and I heard that this happened to him, it would not have been pretty. I'm not like in a very angry person, but when people like get on my bad side, it's usually when they're like harassing like my friends or my family. It never ends well for them because I'm not like a blind rage. Like I'm gonna go torch the town. Maybe if it was my son, I don't know. But it's more articulate angry. Like already in my head, I already have a way to destroy your life. It just is what it is. In the name of the Lord. In the name of the Lord. It sometimes you have to like stand up for like the people you love. And whoever was the parents of like the people who are bullying him, they need something needs to happen to them. Because like they raised some weak and pathetic kids, and we'll get into all that after we watch the video. But before we get into it, if you wouldn't mind like, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, that would be great.
House for a sleepover, and then what?
And then these boys, they came over without my knowledge, and then one of them, who I thought was my friend, reassured me that it was all going to be okay, that we had no hard feelings, but I knew that something was going to go down because the type of people that those boys were, they are not good people. And then, so we were playing video games, and then we go outside. That's when somebody's idea to have, like, I guess, to all get shot at. So I went for, so they all started shooting at me. I didn't have a BB gun at this time. They all started shooting me, and then one shot me in my privates, and then they just pelted me all over my body, and then I just felt so, I was hurting. And then we go back home, and then I was tired, so I went to bed. And then I went to bed, and then throughout my entire sleeping, or slept, they were assaulting me by hitting me and slapping me. And then one of the boys, they woke me up, and then he told me that I wasn't breathing, and that I needed to drink this water. And now I have a hard time going to sleep in the first place. So I was very dazed, and I didn't know what was going on. But they all urinated into a cup, and then they made me drink it.
At any point, were you able to get a parent, or were you?
So that's okay. That's why I say those kids who were bullying were weak. Okay, shooting someone with a BB gun, terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I've done it before. But usually when I do it, except for one case, me and my cousin were horseplaying around and he didn't have one. But except for that one instance, they always have a BB gun as well shooting at me. It's that's weak. That's weak sauce right there. Second part, he's asleep. Like be man enough to at least do it while he's awake. I think that's weak and cowardly. And then making him drink pee. Like what's wrong with you? What's wrong with your parents for? If you have to like flat out say that that's not okay to do, you're doing something wrong as a parent. And usually I don't like to play the race card, but and this is why I don't think like this kid is like a problem kid, because he doesn't even mention it, and he's kind of like just brushing it off as, yeah, that kind of happened and it sucked. But the lawyer goes on to say that it was worse than like how he was describing it. Like these people were full on assaulting him, and they were calling him racial slurs the whole time. Now, best case scenario, like I know a lot of people like don't want to say like, oh, that's racist. Best case scenario is that these individuals were just nasty people, and like they were just doing it to get under his skin. Not okay. Not okay. Worst case scenario is that they were just being blatantly racist, which I would think that is the case. Now, this kid, again, he seems to be very timid, just based off his mannerism. He doesn't seem like a problem kid, because with problem kids, even if they would act like this, like on screen, you can just tell. I'm having a hard time seeing that this kid is a problem kid. But those people need to be reprimanded, and like you need to be better parents. And the best thing, if I was this kid's parents at this point in time, because his mom goes on to say that he has a lot of like he's going through the motions, with mental issues and stuff. They're not fun. The best thing that I would have them like help prepare him. They have a GoFundMe. I don't have a link to it, but I'm sure you'll be able to find it, to help pay his therapy bills, because he going through something like that, you're gonna need some help getting through it. Don't try to, even the most manly among us, you're gonna have like some sort of scarring after that, because it like to tell someone that happened to you is very embarrassing. Like I would be embarrassed to say that happened to me. He seems like mentally a tough kid, but like his mom said, he's already going through the motions, and a lot of this stuff's happening on school. So the school's going to need to do something, but they're going to need to do it in a way that is least effective to his mental strategy. So they're going to have to coordinate with the mom on what the punishment should be. A lot of people say, "Oh, that's not fair to the people." Well, they shouldn't have made him drink like urine. That is absolutely disgusting, absolutely terrible. There should be a lot of repercussions. Like again, if this was my kid, lights out. Their lives were over before they even began. If that was my kid, my dad was the same way growing up. For like the brief amount of time that I had known him, if someone was causing me problems, he would either depending on the situation, he'd be like, be a man, suck it up, or he'd be like, well, what are you going to do about it? But there was a couple of times, as a parent, you need that discernment to say, okay, that's enough. Like if I would not expect my middle school-year-old child to effectively deal with this in particular situation. If someone just said, hey, you're stupid, I was like, okay, you're going to have to deal with it. Beating you while you're asleep, that's a different story. As a parent, that's when you step in. That's sometimes, you got to let your kid grow. You can't micromanage everything that they do. But this is one of those times where like you as a parent need to do something to help your child. And then there are sometimes you need your children to learn the hard way. So if I was a parent of these bullies, I would be like, whatever is the worst punishment you can give them, give it to them. Let them learn. Yeah, as a parent, I grew up on principles too. If I did something bad, and which did happen, not that frequently, but my parents would be like, well, that's your fault. You're going to have to live with the consequences of your actions. And I think as you people need to learn that. But that's just my 2 cents on it. But I hope you liked the video. Feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And God bless you. Have a wonderful day.